So I'm talking about factors that influence body weight and weight management toolbox. At the end of this presentation, you should be able to define obesity, identify causes of obesity, recognize consequences, understand the effect of diet and sedentary lifestyle on obesity, and then I'll just mention a few prevention strategies, but the major one I'm going to concentrate on today is the issue of behavior change and the toolbox that you can use to manage your weight while you are employing that behavior change. Overweight means excess body weight for a particular height, but when the excess fat can impair health, then we do not just refer to it as overweight, it's now referred to as obesity. So whether the body mass index is still within 25 to 29, as long as it's now impairing health, that situation is obesity. But generally, obesity is defined as body mass index above 30. That's the general layman's language of looking at obesity. But for the purpose of this presentation, I'd like you to know that some people may just be within the range of body mass index of 25 to 29, and yet their health is impaired, and in that situation is regarded as obesity, and the measures that are taken to control obesity are also put in place to control the body fat in that situation. Always remember that when your body weight is above that range that will give you a body mass index of 18 to 25, it's a form of malnutrition, and you have to do something about it. Usually, obesity is associated with micronutrient deficiencies. So that means somebody who is too fat may actually be hungry. That person lacks micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. And of course, such a person would also lack some bioactive substances that are referred to as phytonutrients and antioxidants. It's a serious problem, and one has to take the correct measures to manage it. Otherwise, when it now becomes a burden, most people will use the wrong method and start skipping food or punishing themselves, eating late, trying to purge. Some even use laxatives and drugs, and all these measures can be dangerous. Therefore, it's important to know the right things and do the right things on time. I know that some people would say they don't want to lose weight, they are not interested in losing weight. So why this seminar or webinar? The webinar is important for you because you may not even want to lose weight. You might not even know that your weight is above normal, but I want to encourage all of you to find out. You have an advantage. If you don't know your body mass index, you can just send me a message and I can send it to you, because I have the details of your height and weight with me, so I can work it out for you if you don't want to work it out. But if you don't mind working it out, you know your height, you know your weight. So your height, your weight in kilograms divided by your height in meters square is your body mass index. And for those whose score is less than 18.5, that's underweight. 18.5 to 24.9 is healthy weight range. Overweight is 25 to 29.9. Obese is 30 to 39.9. Morbid obesity is 40 and above. And of course, super obese is body mass index above 50. So obesity is everywhere. It's not just in developed countries. So we should not assume that we're not affected. So just check your body mass index. If it's above 25, these webinars are very important for you, and please start adopting as much or as little as you can, even in your situation. Somebody may feel, oh, I've got a lot to read, I can't practice these things. But there may be some of them that you can practice. Just go ahead and practice the ones that you can practice. And if all you're getting out of this is the knowledge, is worth it. Many people that have the challenge of eating disorders, it's because they don't understand how the body fat works. So because they don't understand, they're trying to control their body weight in wrong ways, and it leads to eating disorder, which eventually may become a psychiatric disease. So what are the causes of obesity? What are the things that cause obesity? The first one is genetics, the gene. Some people just have the gene that can favor obesity. It runs in their families. It's not their fault. It's not as if they eat too much or anything that is negative, but it just runs in the family. Yeah, but even at that, one should know that the genes only load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. So if the lifestyle is checked, one checks the lifestyle, then you can be sure that you can control it a long way, even though your gene supports it, but you can still do a lot to control it. That's obesity. I mean, that's the effect of gene on obesity. The other one is environmental. There are several factors in the environment that influence one being obese or not being obese. Let's take University of Lagos, for example. You're on campus, you want to buy food. Which one is easier to buy? Snacks, meat pie, chin-chin, and all those baked goods, or you want to buy corn on the cob. Definitely, it's easier to buy the snacks, the baked goods, compared to corn on the cob. So in that situation, as a busy student, you will just reach out to what is available, and you feel that you've tried your best, you've eaten. That's environment. Then behavioral is another factor. And then the interplay between the gene, the environment, and behavior. For behavior, we talk about what you eat, your physical activities, how many hours of sleep, and then how stressed are you. Those are the behavioral factors. So what we're doing this evening is that we're going through these factors, and if you understand them, you're getting a gold mine forever, permanently. I used to weigh 7 kilograms, and when I started applying these things without being in a hurry, gradually I lost 20 kilograms of body weight, and that's what I've been keeping away for 11 to 12 years. So you can win the game if you can just apply what you are learning gradually. So let's talk about the environmental factors. The environmental factor, okay. I wanted to skip the genetics, but let me talk about it a little. What the genetics factor says is that people who are from the same parents are likely to have similar body makeup. So identical twins, even though they are reared apart, they tend to be of similar weight, similar shape, they have many things in common. So that tells us that it's not only the environment and behavior that affects body weight, but the gene affects it. Then weights of adopted children correlate better with biological parents rather than the parents who bring them up. So that shows you that it's not just the food or the environment. So genetics just says that these things run in families. And the lesson there is that if your mom is obese, your dad is obese, you can't control your weight and go to size 8. Even if you want to control your weight, what you should aim at is just 2 BMIs below what your BMI is at the moment. Don't go to extreme. If you're weighing 70, for example, you can't just jump to 50 in 2 months, and there may be it's not even necessary for you to jump to 50 days. It's not necessary. You need to just work out what is your current body mass index. If your current body mass index is 28, okay, what kind of weight would you need to get a body mass index of 25? You can even start with 26. Maybe in the next 6 months, you just want 26, body mass index of 26. Then after that 6 months, you go to 25, 24. But you're not supposed to jump to lose weight suddenly. That will not be helpful for you. I'm sure you saw my post, what I posted today, that you don't need to lose more than 1 kilogram in 1 week. So if your goal is to lose weight, then just lose 1 kilogram in 1 week. If your goal is to gain weight, 1 kilogram in 1 week is also good, but don't gain weight by eating junks. You can eat the right kind of food and sleep well and be calm. Whatever weight you need to gain, you will gain it. But please don't aim at gaining weight without knowing your body mass index. If your body mass index is between 20 and 25, you don't need to gain weight. You are just okay, and God has blessed you. But if it's below 18, then you can gain weight. The environmental factors, like I explained, it refers to what is in the environment that is affecting you. For example, easy access to highly processed foods and drinks, low cost of junk foods, the roads that are not conducive for physical activities, high level of technology, everything is automated. So instead of doing things, walking around, you just sit in one place, glued to your laptop or phone. Then advertisements of junks and the sedentary forms of entertainment. So since you know all these things, what you need to do is to consciously walk away from them. If you always get tempted to buy snacks when you are in certain shops, then you can decide not to go to such shops and go to cafeteria where you can buy proper food. Another thing about environment is the kind of friends you keep. If you keep friends that eat junks, that don't do any exercise, always lying down on the bed to read, then you better add good friends to dilute the bad ones so that you have people that can encourage you to do the right thing. You should walk for at least 30 minutes every day and do that for at least 5 days a week. Because if you don't do enough physical activities, even if you are trying to eat the right kind of food, you will still gain weight. Because the amount of food you need to live a good life is going to give you more fat than necessary if you don't do exercise to burn the energy. It's going to give you more energy than necessary. You need to burn parts of the energy through exercise. We now talk about behavioral factors. The first one, which is the most important, is unhealthy diet, and then decreased energy expenditure in our generation, stressful lifestyle, inadequate sleep, and ignorance about how weight works, which is what we're explaining today. So losing weight is not like putting water in a drum that you can say, if I fetch 10 buckets out of the water in the drum today, and I replace it with just 2 buckets tomorrow, then I know that there's a negative balance. No, your body doesn't work like a drum. If you don't eat regularly, you would gain weight. It's a paradox. So the way the body works is that for you to lose weight or to manage your weight, you must eat small meals regularly. So you can't say that because you did not eat breakfast and lunch, you're going to have a heavy dinner that is equal to 3 meals or even 2 meals, thinking that your body will work well because you're giving just 2 meals instead of 3. Your body doesn't work like that. The body is a machine that expects to be fueled regularly to be able to work smoothly. So if it's not getting the fuel in form of food regularly, then it's not going to work smoothly. It won't work smoothly. That's how the body works. Unhealthy diet, what does it mean? It means that the amount of vegetables, fruits, and other high fiber foods are reduced in the diet. There's increased animal fat, eating too much meat, and hydrogenated oils in form of margarine or other processed oil. Increased refined grains, sugar, or syrups. So just be noting those things as I'm saying them. If you indulge in any of these, your diet is unhealthy and you're going to gain weight. Even if you're trying to lose weight, you are doing all kinds of gimmicks and yo-yo diet. If you don't change these habits, you will gain weight. Increase fast food, salt, and sugar. Increase carbonated drinks, coffee, and tea. Improper preparation of food such as frying, grilling, and other forms of high temperature being used in preparing food. So when you put all this together, if this is the way you eat, then it's unhealthy and it will make you gain weight or retain the fat that is on your body. So if you are wondering what is healthy diet, just go opposite of what I have said now, and that will be healthy. Increase the amount of vegetables, fruits, and high fiber food. If you want to eat healthy, then forget about meat, eat fish, and use little natural oil, not hydrogenated oil, no more margarine. Eat whole grains and avoid sugar and syrup. Just do away with sugar and syrup. If you need something sweet, use a little honey. Avoid fast food. Avoid salt. Take a lot of fruits and vegetables that are rich in vitamins, minerals, and bioactive substances. Avoid carbonated soft drinks, coffee, and tea. And then stop frying your food. That will be a healthy diet. Remember what we're talking about. We're talking about behavioral factors that affect body weight. So after unhealthy diet, the next one is energy expenditure. So decreased energy expenditure affects body weight. You must get enough knowledge about physical activity. And the basic thing I'd like you to note today is that you must move your body. Diet alone cannot suffice to make you lose weight or avoid weight gain. You must be involved in physical activities. You must move your body. Even though it's good to use machine to do things so that you can have more time on your hand, but you must be conscious of this and intentionally build exercise into your lifestyle. The other one, like I said, is stress. If you don't manage stress, if you are always stressed and you don't do anything about it, you are likely to gain weight. So you need to manage stress. Identify the factors that stress you. Think about what you can do to mitigate against this factor. Sometimes you can avoid the factor. Other times you can alter them, or you can accept or adapt to the factor. But don't sit on the fence doing nothing about them. Many people deny stress, but it's important that you should identify what is stressful to you and do something about it. If you don't, the weight might never go. The other factor is sleep. Many people don't sleep well, and I guess many students don't sleep well because I wasn't sleeping well when I was a student. So you need to plan. It's good to know that you need 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours, that's what you need normally. But if you cannot get that as a student, then work on other areas and try to get 6 hours. But you should not sleep less than 6 hours. It's not safe for your life to be sleeping less than 6 hours. There are certain behaviors like eating junks and trying to vomit later or using laxative and drugs. Please stop such behaviors. They are not good. If you need to eat, eat. Don't skip meals. Don't use laxative or diuretics. Don't suffer your body, but don't take junks. If you don't do anything about obesity, it can cause different health challenges. And that's why we need you to do something about obesity. Avoid unhealthy eating. Do more exercise, at least 30 minutes, 5 times a week of moderate exercise like brisk walking. And if you can do vigorous exercise, that would be good, but at least moderate. Sleep well, at least 6 hours if you cannot get 8 hours, and then manage stress. If you do all these things that I've said, you are going to have immediate effects, going to have benefits that you can see. You would feel well. That feeling of wellness is very important. You will see your skin will glow. Even apart from the weight control, many other advantages you're going to experience. You're going to experience many other advantages. But if you don't control your weight, then it's likely to lead to high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, bone and joint problems, social and psychological problems, and all these things are they're not what you experiencing. It's better to avoid them. So I'll just run through a few things that you can do in the environment and then lifestyle changes that you can put up. So talking about the environment, start from what is possible. You are on campus, you can walk along the pathway, sidewalks. That's possible because you're in that kind of environment. When you go home, if you live in an estate, you can also walk briskly in that estate to fulfill the exercise part. You can buy fruits and keep in your hostel. It's not all fruits that are difficult to eat. Banana is easy. You don't have to spend time peeling it. You can also buy carrots, cucumber, and keep. They can keep on the shelf. They can remain fresh on the shelf for a few days. If you have a fridge, great. You can keep them in the fridge. Just start from what is possible, and then you can graduate later and get a juicer or a smoothie maker that can be very useful to make smoothie and drink smoothie. If you can drink cabbage, carrots, beetroot smoothie, those vegetable smoothies, they will also help you to control your weight. That's lifestyle. You are changing your lifestyle gradually. Whatever goes into your mouth, make sure you are conscious of it. Avoid appetizer, dessert, ice cream, all those things that you know. There's nobody that doesn't know what junks are. It's just the ability to walk away from them. But what I want to encourage you to do today is to take care to make small changes. Resist temptation to finish the food in your plate. Even if all you're leaving is 2 spoons, or instead of wasting the food, you get a small plate and serve only what you need. You are not serving more than what you need, so that you are not tempted to finish everything in the plate. Another thing about lifestyle education is that you need to understand food labeling. So if you pick a package of food, you need to read what is on that food package and know the amount of fat in the package, the amount of sugar, salt, and all those other ingredients and nutrients. But what I will tell you is, it's better to avoid processed foods. Better to avoid processed foods, because many times some of the things written, if you don't understand food labeling very well, you might even be deceived. You might pick a pack of snacks and you see no sugar, sugar-free. Yeah, it's sugar-free, but what makes it sweet? Maybe it's high fructose syrup or hydrogenated fat. You don't really know. All you are jumping at is that it's sugar-free. But if you are eating something that you prepare by yourself, or you go to a cafe where you are buying cooked food, is different from packaged cereals or biscuits. You know what you are buying in the cooked food, whether it's rice and beans you're buying or a bar mala. That's straightforward. So it's better to eat solid food like that if you really want to control your weight. I remember one day I was talking, I think I was just passing by at the airport, and one lady said, "Oh, I'm dieting." And she was holding a pack of wafers or one processed food like that she's not eating every meal, she's dieting. No, you cannot diet, you cannot succeed in reducing weight with processed packaged foods. That's a wrong way. That's an ignorant way of eating for weight control. And then finally, behavior change. Behavior change is very important. I may not be able to list all the wrong behaviors that lead to weight gain or inability to lose weight, but there are many. So what I'll just give you is a general guide. And this general guide, you can now apply to your own situation and work it out. So I'll be mentioning examples as I go on, and you can now fix your own situation into it and make your own example. So I'm talking about behavior change and weight management toolbox. In other words, what are the tools that you can use to manage your weight that you need to master? You need to learn and apply these tools. So this is beyond somebody just giving you a lecture and you're putting these things as good to know or good to learn. So when we mention tool, it means that this is something you can go back to, pick this tool and apply it to your life. So there are 4 major tools for weight management, whether you are losing or gaining weight. The first one is changing behavior. It's a tool. And if you can understand it and apply it, it will help you. The second one is functional thinking and positive self-talk. Functional thinking and positive self-talk. The next one, the third tool is visualization. And finally, self-monitoring. And I suppose, yeah, you can even apply these tools to other aspects of life where you would like to change your behavior. So the first one, changing behavior. The first thing you need to understand is that behavior is learned through interaction between you and other people or the environment. If behavior is learned, then it can be relearned. Maybe the reason why you started sleeping for 4 hours is because On getting to campus, you realize that many students sleep by 1 a.m. and by virtue of the staying in the hostel, some people will be up by 5, then your sleep is disturbed and the day has started. You learned that behavior of sleeping by, I used to sleep by 2 a.m. in medical school, and it just disrupted my whole life. But I knew that was not right. I could not continue that way. So I had to relearn how to sleep by 10 p.m. I relearned it. I mastered it. So another person, the wrong behavior might be eating snacks all the time. Why? You learned it. You learned to eat snacks. It might be when you were growing up, but you can relearn it and decide that I will no longer eat snacks. Even if I can't cook, I'll go and buy cooked food. Behavior change techniques help you to manage behavior by working on the stimuli, working on the actual behavior and the consequences. So they are behavior change experts, and they have come up with 3 major elements of behavior change, which are antecedents, that's the stimuli, what is stimulating you to behave like that, the behavior, and then the consequence. So whatever is the environmental stimuli, identify it and change it. Maybe you keep cake, biscuits, and drinks in the fridge. You didn't even know that it's a big factor in what you are going through. You are just used to keeping them in the fridge. So anytime you go to the fridge, you open it, you want to pick something else. Maybe it's even carrots that you want to pick from the fridge. But immediately you see the Fanta, you feel like taking a bottle. Or immediately you see the biscuits, you feel like taking it. It happened to me recently. And I was surprised that at the level at which I've been practicing healthy diet for over 11 years, when I saw that biscuit in the fridge, I took out of it, and I decided that it's better to give out this biscuit so that I don't see it again. So you need to know that stimuli, that's the antecedent that is stimulating your behavior. And then what is the behavior? I ate biscuits. What's the consequence? I gained 1 kilogram of body weight by eating bread, biscuits, and other things within 2 or 3 weeks of not having a domestic assistant. So since I know the antecedent, I know the behavior, and I know the consequences, I weighed myself, so I saw the consequence of extra kilogram. So what is the solution? I stopped keeping a biscuit or cake in the fridge, so I don't eat it. And then why was I even tempted to keep the biscuit? Because I don't have a domestic assistant and I'm very busy. So the solution is to get one. And that now resolves the other problem. So can you apply this to your own situation and ask yourself, why am I eating junks? Oh, I'm very busy because of medical school. Okay, why can't I buy cooked food? I feel that the money is not enough. Is that really true? How much is my stipend or pocket money in a month? Maybe it's 30,000, 20,000. Okay. If I don't make my hair in 1 month, I just wear wig and I concentrate this money on food, will I be better? Yes, I'll be able to buy cooked food, at least 2 meals in a day. The other one, I drink garri. You can work it out for yourself like that, and you'll be surprised that by cutting off some things, you are able to achieve your goal. Last week, we talked about goal setting. If you were not able to attend that webinar of last week, just check the Facebook page, Healthy Living Consultant, and you will see the lecture video there. You can also watch the video on our website, healthyliving.com or foluolatona.com. Those are resources that are being given out free for the next 10 weeks just because of you, the females in University of Lagos. After the next 10 weeks, this program will be monetized. For those of you that know me before now, you know that this webinar I'm giving you today, they are paid for naturally, but I'm giving it out for you free because of the current program of weight management amongst females of University of Lagos, female undergraduates. So please tell your friends to seize this opportunity of the next 10 weeks of this program, because after now, this will be monetized and it might be out of reach of some students after now. So this tool one of changing behavior, you need to understand the techniques and practice them over and over again. Let me go over it again. The techniques, go over the elements again. The first one is antecedent. That's you must identify the stimuli. Then the behavior. What's the stimuli? Keeping junks in the house or in the hostel or in my cupboard or clothes, whatever you call it, wardrobe. What is the behavior? The behavior is I eat junks and drink carbonated soft drinks every day. What is the consequence? My weight is increasing. Then you ask yourself, what should I do? So that's the technique to change. How can I change? Techniques to change a particular behavior. Just look at the antecedents and look at what you can do about them. So the first one is stimulus. What can I do about the stimulus? Eliminate it. Don't buy biscuit, don't buy junks, don't go to shops, supermarkets where those things are sold. Buy groceries, cook or buy food. The other one is, if you cannot remove the stimulus, change the behavior. Maybe it's your roommate that is keeping biscuits. You cannot force your roommate not to keep biscuits. So maybe because you saw biscuits in your room, you feel like eating biscuit, then buy 10 naira biscuits. Or is there anything like 50, maybe 15 naira biscuit, the smallest possible, and take a bite, give out the rest, because you're just craving for biscuits. It's not that you're hungry and biscuits is the solution to the hunger. So take a bite, enjoy that bite, and give out the rest. So eat a small portion of that thing that is not healthy for you. It's still fine if you eat a small portion of a cake. It's okay if you eat it, but it's not good to eat it every day or be drinking Coke every day. So let's assume that you feel like drinking something nice, an interesting drink, and you don't have the opportunity to juice carrot or cabbage. You just want to take it. Maybe you just go ahead and buy yogurt. It's still like a drink and is healthy instead of carbonated soft drink. So you need that understanding to change anytime you feel like buying Coke, just buy a bottle of yogurt. It will even touch your pocket because it's more expensive. You will wait for a few more days before you buy another one. Then modeling is another technique that can help you to change a particular behavior. Identify someone who behaves the way you wish to behave and watch the person. You realize that it's possible to behave in a positive way in a difficult situation. So if you know somebody who has a strong will and will not just eat biscuits, if you don't know anybody, at least you know me. I have a strong will not to eat junks. I have a strong will to do my exercise and to manage stress and sleep well. So if you follow me on social media, you're likely to get a lot of tips that will assist you to live healthy. Whether you are trying to lose weight or gain weight or whatever, you will get a lot of tips that will help you. So I'll just be like your friend, going with you in the journey of achieving a good weight and healthy lifestyle. Remember that this program is not just about weight control. There are a lot of things you're going to pick about it, just living healthy. At least if you look like me by 50, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll feel good about it. Or you can even look better. You can work at it better. I am not engaged in lecturing job like me that will make you sit for hours preparing lectures or reading and reading. If your work is more active, you can even look better than this by age 50. I'll be 50 next year. I hope you will come for my birthday. All right, 5 steps to guide behavior change. Identify and describe the problem behavior, the stimuli, and the consequences. That's what I've been trying to describe for you within the last few minutes. So I'm just putting them like a summary. You want to change your behavior. What are the 5 steps? Identify the behavior, identify the stimuli, identify the consequence. Then do a self-monitoring for at least a week. Self-monitoring means that you are recording all the behaviors that are related to your goal for about 1 week, so that you can understand yourself, understand what is happening to you and what you can do about it. So the next step is to decide what you can do. What can I do to eliminate this stimulus? There must be something that you can do. You need to identify, but if you don't think about it, you won't know that there's something you can do about the stimulus. Or if you cannot do anything about the stimulus, you may be able to do something about the behavior. Or you can even replace the poor behavior with a good one. Maybe you're reading and you feel like just eating something. Honestly, many times when you feel like that, what you need is water. Your body is hungry for water. And if after drinking, you know that you've taken lunch, it's not yet time for dinner. So whatever is making you to feel like that, it's just a feeling. Drink water or take a walk. You realize that after 20 minutes of walking, that feeling has disappeared and you have mastered that situation. Identify and study a model to help you change a particular behavior. So I'm offering myself to you as one, and then we can work together to know the particular behavior you want to change. As I continue with this program for the next 10 weeks, and I keep speaking to you, you'll be able to identify the behavior that is disturbing you, that is not helping you to achieve your weight goal. And then as we study together and you listen to me, you'll be able to change. So that's one way. Or you can identify someone close to you who reacts positively despite the difficult circumstance of the school environment, despite all the challenges you are facing. The person is facing them, but despite those challenges, the person is still able to behave positively. Maybe you know somebody who does her exercise right there on campus. She always does her exercise, or she walks from the class to the hostel to ensure that she gets at least 30 minutes of exercise every day. You can make such a person your friend and observe how she's doing it, so you'll be able to get some cues on how to do yours. Check if you are getting your desired effect with the behavior change. So if you have done step 1, identify, describe the problem, the stimuli. Step 2, you have decided what you can do to eliminate the stimuli or replace the poor behavior with a good one. Step 3, you've identified and you are studying a model just to change. Step 4, you need to check after some time, are you getting your desired effect with this behavior change? If yes, then reward yourself. Just do something to make yourself feel good. Eat something nice. Don't spoil the show. Don't go and sit with a bowl of ice cream. Maybe just few spoons of ice cream or healthy food, something nice but is healthy. You can bake plantain or you can buy jewelry just to feel good. If you discover that but step 5, if the behavior is not changing, then you need to go back to your goal and revise it. Maybe your goal is too hard, it's too harsh. You need to modify it. Then I want to talk about tool 2 now as I move close to the end. The tool 2 is functional thinking and positive self-talk. So let's assume that you've tried this tool 1 of behavior change and you are not changing. You still find yourself reaching out for junks, drinking carbonated soft drinks, not doing your exercise. Please don't talk to yourself negatively. Don't think negatively. All behavior is not based on instinct. It's not every behavior that is based on, oh, it's just instinct. There are many things that affect behavior. The way you think. If you are thinking down and defeated, you won't be able to achieve your goal, whether weight gain or weight loss. If you are feeling down, you feel dejected, you feel you have failed, that is not the right way to think. And that kind of thinking is going to create negative feelings in your body. Negative feelings does not favor weight control. So if you are feeling, oh, I'm drabby, I'm too fat, all my friends don't like me, all those kind of feelings will not help you. Or if you are talking to yourself, you are very stupid. Can you imagine? You've eaten cake again. Oh, you don't know. You are speaking negative words to yourself. That will not be helpful. So you look at the situation. Maybe you've just eaten bread or carbonate. You've taken it with carbonated soft drinks. How do you interpret that situation that has just occurred to you? Well, it's exam time and it's difficult to cook. I don't have enough money to buy food, so that's what I could afford. I will work more on it and I will achieve it. After all, it's 1 kilogram per week. That's the goal. I still have 5 days this week. That's positive. And when you define things positively like that, your brain will be able to pick the necessary action and follow through. So control what to tell yourself, have positive thoughts, emotions, and this will replace the negative ones. That's what we mean by functional thinking and positive self-talk. Don't look at a model that is perfectly slim and think that you can be like that. Maybe all these celebrities, some people just form their ideal weight, ideal shape from the blues. They just look at somebody on TV and feel, oh, that's how a lady should look. All those kind of thoughts are wrong thoughts. What is your body mass index? Is it between 25 and 29? Yes, it's overweight range, but it's not terrible. You can gradually take yourself back to the normal range of 18 to 24.9. And that's a gradual thing. You don't need to condemn yourself or skip meals or suffer yourself. The world may have their ideals, but that doesn't mean the ideal is ideal for your own body. Because you need to look at your parents. How do they look, your siblings? Okay, so summary of replacing negative self-talk with functional thinking and positive self-talk. What is the summary? I'm going to summarize it in 5 steps like I did for the first one. The first step is concentrate on your thoughts in specific situation. Anytime you eat junks or maybe you meet your friends and you feel I'm too fat, oh, I'm the fattest amongst I used to feel like that a few years ago. I just look at all the residents that we were residents together, and I was look at myself and say, Folu, how can you be the fattest among all of them? But thank God I came across these principles that I'm sharing with you, and they have helped me over the years. Write down the events and dysfunctional thoughts that is causing the negative sector, and ask yourself why you are thinking negatively. Formulate counter statements and answer the negative thoughts and statements with the positive ones. Do some realization exercises to help you to fulfill the first 4 steps. The first step is concentrate on your thoughts so that you will even know how you are thinking. Some people don't even know that they are thinking negatively. Write down the events and the negative thoughts. What is causing these negative thoughts and negative self-talk? Write it down. Ask yourself, why am I thinking like this? If it's some friends, then you can avoid those people that make you feel that you are not confident. People that will not allow you to feel confident, they are not worth associating with. Then formulate counter statements and answer the negative thoughts. That's step 4. Step 5, do some relaxation exercises. to help you with steps 1 to 4. Remember that this issue of replacing negative self-talk with functional thoughts and positive self-talk is not daydreaming, it is focused mental work. So that brings us to tool 3, which is visualization. Visualization. This is like imagery. We are talking about things you can do to help yourself to achieve your goal, this goal of weight management, whether gaining or losing. You've tried to change your behavior, you've adapted the behavior change techniques. You've also tried to do functional thinking, replace negative thoughts and negative self-talk with functional thinking and positive self-talk. You've tried that. Then you now want to visualize, what do you want to look like? From the body mass index, what your correct body mass index will be like if you want to walk within a normal body mass, you want it to be within the LD weight range. What will it be like? That's the ideal picture you should visualize, not somebody you watched on TV and not how your friend looks. So if your ideal body mass index is just 5 kilograms below how you look, try to think of somebody that is 5 kg less than you and visualize it. Have that image in your mind. This is what I want to be. Because imagery is one of the ways your mind stores and represents information. So if you have visualized it, you know that's what you are working at, and you don't need to kill yourself to get there in 1 month. Just go there gradually. So this imagery helps you to change existing negative programming in your head. So about something that's telling you it's not possible, it can never be done, you are just useless, and all those negative things. But if you have a vision, you visualize, you have an imagery of what you want to be or what you want to achieve or how it works. Like this evening, I've been preparing this webinar for a while, and I felt I must do my exercise today before 6 because it will be too late by the time we're through. So I imagine that I'm light and I'm walking fast and I'm happy doing it. I just imagined it. And then I got up and got into my canvas and t-shirt, and I was on the road and did the exercise for 30 minutes before starting the webinar. So that imagery you can use for the short-term goal, the process goals, and you can also do for the long-term, the big picture, the overall goal. It creates and installs a picture of what you really want in your mind. Just take a few minutes to imagine what you want. And it can even give you pleasurable feeling, because your body cannot distinguish between an event that you have experienced or the one you are just imagining. So just imagine yourself that you're a size 14 and you feel good, feel cool, and then gradually you walk towards it. So this is very useful. So what are the 5 steps? That's the summary now for this visualization. Think of the situation or the feeling that has a negative effect on you. Decide what you can do to handle the situation or feel better. So that's step 1. The feeling that is having negative effect on you is that you're fat. That's overall. Or the feeling that is having negative effect on you is that you just ate cake and drank a bottle of carbonated soft drink. Step 2, decide what you can do to handle the situation. So what I can do is that I will not store drinks in my house. I will not buy cake. I will not go to that shop where cake is sold. Step 3, you must see the picture in your mind in vivid sensory details. From now, I will be going to shop B where they sell fufu and vegetable. Just imagine yourself going, oh, I don't like fufu. That's the way you used to think before, but now you want to change your thinking to real food, real natural food, so that you can change your life. Step 4, you must be as relaxed as possible when you are practicing visualization. Imagery is actually a form of relaxation technique, so you cannot be tensed up and practice imagery. Then when it has worked for you, then practice it again and again so that you don't lose it. Remember, you can watch this video within the next 10 weeks while we're on this program, and you can go over what I've said to understand it better. Step 5, expose yourself to the situation that is problematic willingly. Then practice your vision in handling it. So this means that you have practiced how to undo a difficult, maybe you have imagined that you are at COMSA, or as if you are in College of Medicine, or one particular shop in Unilag where snacks are sold. And then you have imagined yourself that you just walk past that shop and enter Foodies where you can buy real food, or any other restaurant. Just have that picture of how you overcame the difficult situation. Then when you have imagined it in your hostel, then go to the real situation. Just go to where the snacks is sold intentionally, then walk past it and go to where you can buy real food. And then when you face it later, unwillingly, accidentally, because you have imagined it, you have practiced it, you'll be able to practice the right thing. Then finally, as you close this webinar, the last one, the tool 4, is self-monitoring. Monitor yourself. Do you really mean business? Do you want to achieve your weight goal? Then you need to pen down your behavior. Write down details. Self-monitoring means that you're writing down details about your behavior, your eating pattern, physical activity, your thoughts, all these things we've discussed today. Your thoughts, self-talk, circumstances, the details of the records, that the details of what you are recording will depend on your goal. What do you want to achieve? So if what you want to achieve is weight management, then what is the behavior? Behavior is that I don't do exercise. That's the bad behavior. Okay, so I write it down. I exercise 0 minutes day 1, Tuesday 0 minutes, Wednesday 10 minutes. You'll be writing it down. Why? I sat throughout to read. Okay. If the behavior is junks, write it down. I ate cake. What stimulated it? I passed by the cake shop. Where did I eat the cake? I ate it right there at the shop, or I took it to the hostel. Was the behavior negative or positive? Negative. Then what were the consequences? After some time, I gained weight, or I felt bad. I was unhappy with myself. I was not having negative talk. So you keep recording everything that is related to weight like that, what you ate, how you were thinking, your physical activity, and everything that is just relevant to weight control. You write them down, write what stimulated it, where did it take place. You can put it in a tabular form. Column 1, the behavior. Column 2, what stimulated it. Column 3, where did it take place? Column 4, was the behavior negative? Consequences, write the consequences. Then when you have kept the record, you now analyze it and think of what you can do. That brings us to the end of the lecture. Do you have any question? Does anybody have any question? Thank you for staying with me for this long. Do you have any question? Lola, any question? Jumoke? Omoni? Any question? Zainab?
Thank you for the session, ma.
Pardon me?
Thank you for the session, ma. Because I have one question. I think I missed one of the 4 strategies you mentioned. I got functional thinking. I got visualization, self-monitoring, but I think I missed the first one.
The first one is the behavior change.
Okay, thank you.
Is the changing behavior. That's tool 1. That's like the mother tool. You want to change behavior, changing behavior. Any other question? So we can call it a day. Feel free to chat with me on WhatsApp, and please read the designed messages I'm sending to you. Follow Pro-Healthy Living on Instagram, Pro-Healthy Living on Facebook, and visit our website to get a lot of free resources within this 10 months. I mean, we have 10 weeks left. And please share all these things with your female friends and classmates in University of Lagos to get as much as they can within these 3 months of my program. Thank you and God bless you. The conclusion of today's webinar is that factors associated with obesity include the genes, diet, physical activities, stress, and sleep. Very simple. So work on these 4 factors. You cannot work on the genes. So we'll work on your diet, physical activities, stress, and sleep. Those are the 4 factors you can work on. Don't suffer skipping meals. Let your body get proper nutrition for you to be productive and healthy. You are women, ladies who are going to have children in the future. You shouldn't suffer your body, but eat the right kind of foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fish. Nourish your body well. Don't become thin like any celebrity or go into eating disorder. Use the tools for behavior change. If there are behaviors you need to change, the tools, behavior change, functional thinking and positive self-talk, visualization, and self-monitoring. Use those tools